One topic that frequently surfaces, especially during Black History Month, is why. Why do we black folk insist on revisiting the past? Perhaps it's because most of us know little of nothing about our own past, but that's actually different for someone who we call one of our own here at BNC, our anchor Shannon LaNier. Shannon LaNier is a direct descendant of Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings. In fact, he is their sixth great-grandson. The story of his life is outlined in the pages of his book, Jefferson's Children, the story of one American family. Shannon, I love talking to you about this. How long, I know you knew it since birth, but how long did it take you and your family to finally prove what all of us suspected, which was that you were direct descendants of TJ?
Yeah, well, for us, we never needed any proof. We knew who we were. We knew the stories. We had the oral history of the family. But once everybody was on Oprah, then I guess it became more real for other people. Forget the fact that we had the DNA at that point also. They were like, Oprah said it, it must be true. So Oprah definitely helped us, prove what some people needed proof for. But the DNA also helped as well. And all the people that studied this family, the doctors, historians, lawyers that actually helped put all the pieces of the puzzle together to prove Jefferson was the father of Sally's children.
So that being said, with Virginia being the bastion of critical race theory now, and so many states saying, why do y'all black folk keep talking about this? Why should I care about your background? Why is it important to know about Shannon LaNier being the sixth great-grandson of Thomas Jefferson?
Because we need to know the truth. The truth shall set you free, as they say, right? And we're not looking for his story to continue being told. We need the true story to be told. The story about Thomas Jefferson and about other slave masters who had other slave masters who had children with their slaves. Our story is just one of many stories of American culture, American history that has happened because of the horrific things that were done to slaves during that time. There's so many things that we want to talk about, and I know people want to give it a fancy name and call it critical race theory. I just call it the truth. Tell us the truth and let us to decide how we want to filter that information that we receive.
One of the hard truths was that the other side of Thomas Jefferson's family did not exactly welcome you and your side of the family in with open arms. Tell me about what it was like for you guys proving your case.
Yeah, well, I guess we first started to come together in 1999 when the Hemings were invited to the family reunion that the Jefferson side of the family had. We were invited by Lucian K. Truscott, and it was an amazing opportunity going down with wide and open arms and saying, you know, hey, we're family. And then some people turned us away because I guess in some aspects you have to think they've been told one story their whole lives. And here we are with our story. Yes, our story was the one that was true, and some of them believed it, but others didn't want their family to change. They thought, what do they want? Do they want money? What do they want from us? You know, no, we just wanted the story to be told and to, you know, be accepted as legitimate children and descendants of Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings. And now the tables have turned, and many of the family members have come to accept us, embrace us, and we all get along. But our story can show the world that, you know what, if this family can come together despite the differences of color, despite being separated after years of slavery, and if we can have healing and reconciliation within our family, maybe others in the world can too.
And I want to show that image of your family at Monticello again, because I know this for a fact, because you know we have mutual friends. The Jefferson side of the story with regards to Thomas Jefferson's slaves and the offspring is also a light-skinned, dark-skinned narrative that emerged on the plantation because the lighter-skinned Hemings descendants were treated differently than the people who might have worked in the field, who might have been darker-skinned, that were also descendants of Thomas Jefferson, or at least they believed that they were.
And most slave masters had to try to find a way to conquer and divide. So that's one of the things they did, divide and conquer, by having these hierarchies of color on the plantation. And it happened within the family as well, because, you know, the Hemings were given special treatment because they were the children and the relatives of Jefferson's children. And so it was going on. Most people know about nighttime integration, where, you know, people know during the day whose children are who, but they don't say anything. And then at night, everybody's commingling together. So, you know, these are some of the stories you read about in Jefferson's Children, the story of one American family. I co-authored it with Jane Feldman, and we went on this journey to reveal the truth. And you can see it right there, the picture that the Smithsonian worked on, where they transformed living descendants of famous and notable people to make them look sort of like their ancestors. And I never thought I looked like Jefferson until I saw this. I was like, oh, wait, okay, there may be some similarities there. But it was an amazing project to shine a mirror to America to say this is what has happened to this country.
Speak to how conflicted America is with regards to the issue of race. Your family knows it better than most, which is that it is not something as simple as sitting down and appearing on Oprah and then everybody singing Kumbaya. We have deep, dark secrets with regards to race. Thomas Jefferson was deeply conflicted by the woman that he was physically and emotionally attached to, and the fact that he was not allowed to be physically and emotionally attached to that woman, Sally Hemings.
Yeah, and it's painful for a lot of people. A lot of, especially our elders, don't want to talk about it. You know, they don't want to address what happened. And it's hard to imagine that your great-great-great-great-grandmother being raped for 38 years. And so it is hard. It's difficult. But we have to start having these conversations. We have to start peeling the layers off the onion and get to that pain, get to that anger, be able to address it. Even if you want to say, I hate Jefferson sometimes, whatever that emotion is, you are able and allowed to own those emotions. We can't get to a place of reconciliation and forgiveness and all this healing we talk about unless we first address it. Stop acting like slavery didn't happen or that it happened a million years ago. No, there are people alive today that knew people that knew slaves. So it's important that we address it, we talk about it, and we learn from our past so it doesn't continue to repeat itself.
And let me just say it for you, because I know you've been asked this question all the time. Thomas Jefferson died broke. So no, Shannon LaNier did not get rich off of his ancestry. He's lucky that they still let him back on the campus of UVA.
He didn't even have any money for his kids.
Nope. No. Shannon, thanks.